Hey Schmuckles, today we're going to talk about a theory that suggests that 11 from Stranger Things is the next survivor in Dead by Daylight. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more content like this. I'm also live on Twitch right now, link for that in the description below. While we're going to look at some interesting clues, it's important to remember that this is pure speculation. Behavior hasn't confirmed anything, not even whether or not this next survivor is going to be original or licensed. So take this information with a grain of salt. The speculation arises from the fact that the Season 4 version of 11 was licensed into Fortnite. We've seen a couple times whenever characters pop up in Fortnite, they end up in Dead by Daylight. For example, we saw this with Xenomorph and Ellen Ripley. In the world of licensing, contracts often come with conditions and clauses. Since Epic Games secured the rights to feature 11 in Fortnite, it's possible that Behavior Interactive's contract with Stranger Things might include a similar conditional clause. This could mean that the return of Stranger Things into Dead by Daylight was contingent upon certain terms being met, potentially including the introduction of a survivor like 11. Negotiations and legal aspects in licensing agreements are complex and private. Studios, in this case Behavior Interactive, might negotiate for specific elements to enhance their game. 11's potential inclusion might be a result of negotiations that went beyond just returning the old Stranger Things content into the game. It's a little legal dance where the worlds of gaming and licensing intersect, and the inclusion of an iconic character like 11 might be a strategic move. Could there be a contractual clause at play here, or some sort of conditional clause that not only allowed 11 to join Fortnite, but paved a way for her to come into Dead by Daylight as well? It's possible, but not confirmed. Behavior Interactive confirmed that there's a new survivor paragraph coming with chapter 30.5. Now, if 11 is chapter 30.5, there are two possible timelines to consider. Possibility number one is that Behavior knew about 11 being the 30.5 survivor at the time of the anniversary stream. The anniversary stream is something that is pre-recorded before the actual anniversary date, and this would raise questions about the game director Matthew Cote's statement regarding no contact with Netflix at that time. If 11 was already on the cards, could Cote have been misleading us at that time? There's speculation buzzing about the accuracy of his claim, pointing to the possibility that Behavior was in fact in talks with Netflix around the same time, because according to this Fortnite leaker, Netflix would have already contacted Epic Games about including 11 in Fortnite. So it's possible that they had already reached out to Behavior around this time as well. So Fortnite's timeline suggests that Behavior could be in talks with Netflix before the anniversary livestream. And the second possibility is that a licensing deal with Stranger Things could have occurred more recently, possibly in August or September. If this was the case, it would provide Behavior Interactive with the 2 to 3 month window that they need to create a new survivor for Dead by Daylight. They could even perhaps replace an originally planned survivor, and this would only kind of work if that 30.5 survivor was supposed to be an original survivor. Now consider option 3. What if Behavior already has another licensed survivor deal lined up, one that they couldn't swap out for 11? This could potentially eliminate 11 as a possibility altogether, introducing a whole new layer of speculation regarding who this mystery survivor could be. The actress who plays 11, Millie Bobby Brown, recently turned 19. Like we talked about in the last video, video game developers often navigate age restrictions and legal considerations when creating in-game models of real people. With Millie crossing the age of 18, it opens the door for developers to authentically capture her likeness in the game. This is a pivotal factor because, legally speaking, creating accurate in-game models of individuals who are minors can pose challenges, especially for Dead by Daylight. But that isn't the case here. Introducing 11 as a survivor alongside the return of Stranger Things would be a smart move for Behavior. This could generate attention and sales, especially if it was pitched to Netflix as a way to boost the popularity of the show. It's essential to consider that not every standalone survivor released is necessarily a licensed character. Michaela Reed, for example, was introduced as an original survivor. This challenges the assumption that a survivor chapter without a killer automatically implies a licensed character. However, it's crucial to delve into the specific circumstances surrounding Michaela's release. It's entirely plausible that Michaela was supposed to come in with another original chapter. That would mean that for some reason Behavior decided to make her an original paragraph. Michaela was released during the Halloween event on October 19th. So the fact that she was a witch and she had Halloween themed perks, and she was released during the Halloween event, this could suggest that Michaela's release was more of a strategic decision, and she was released solely for the purpose of capitalizing on holiday sales. A January chapter 30.5 survivor paragraph does not follow this trend and is seemingly kind of out of the blue. So in contrast, the next survivor, which could be 11 from Stranger Things, could be more of a deliberate move rather than a thematic necessity. A licensing deal with Netflix and the potential inclusion of 11 into Dead by Daylight aligns with Behavior's interests in bringing in popular and recognizable characters into the game. The current landscape in Dead by Daylight also indicates, maybe not for the best, a rise in licensed content. We've seen characters like Nicolas Cage, Alien, and Chucky. The recent surge in licensed content and the return of Stranger Things into the game could potentially point to 11 being this next survivor. There's also like a possible Easter egg or teaser for upcoming Stranger Things content that somebody found on Twitter. Swaggy Buns posted Twitter help, possibly Easter egg. I've been seeing this in game since November 12th, 2023. I only see it on Scoops Ahoy Steve cosmetic. I've tried to replicate it with all the characters and other Stranger Things cosmetics, but was unsuccessful. Can anyone explain? And then there were some screenshots posted here of some people who are in a Discord server on the Hawkins National Laboratory map with a Scoops Ahoy cosmetic on, and you can kind of see this glowing spiral of particles on the map. There's multiple screenshots from different angles of this. It looks like something that potentially could have been from the Haunted by Daylight event, but this came after the Haunted by Daylight event was over. It actually does look like something we see in season 4 of Stranger Things. Steve, Nancy, Eddie, and Robin are all together, and they're trying to contact Dustin in the Upside Down, and they use the light to try to contact Dustin, similar to what they did in season 1. And the light, which I think actually is a portal to the Upside Down, is surrounded by the same spirally glowing particles. And remember from those screenshots, that glowing spiral is right next to the portal to the Upside Down on Hawkins Laboratory. So this made people wonder if this is a teaser or a possible Easter egg of more survivors coming from Stranger Things into Dead by Daylight. That glowing spiral is really not something that is ever there usually. In fact, Behavior just tweeted out pictures of Hawkins National Laboratory on November 16th, and we clearly have a picture of the portal to the Upside Down, and that glowing spiral is not there. So it makes for an interesting conversation as to why that was there. Here's the thing, I tried to recreate it myself and I couldn't. I brought in Scoops Ahoy Steve cosmetic and I went straight over to that spot, and I did this multiple times and I could never get that glowing spiral to appear. From the line of work that I work on and everything that I've seen in this channel, if you can't get a reproducible result, it kind of questions the validity of this post. I'm not quite sure how you would fake this, but it seemed like she was being honest about it. I'm just not sure as to whether I'm not able to get it to work for myself. But the fact that there are different angles of this is kind of interesting too. It kind of adds more credibility to it in my opinion. She did answer some notable questions about this. Someone else confirmed, I saw it too. I thought it was always there, but I kept missing it. And she said, you've seen it too. Yes, it wasn't there before. Definitely wasn't on the map when it first came out either. This is true. I can confirm that that's true. I wonder what it could be. I hope it's what I think it is. She also said it doesn't work in custom games. So if you want to try to find this yourself and let me know in the comments below if you can get it, it does not work in custom games. So far, she's only seen it every time as Scoops Ahoy Steve on Hawkins. Someone pointed out the fact that she's not wearing Steve's cosmetic for the Scoops Ahoy hat. She has a bloody face on. I went into Hawkins with the exact same cosmetic that she had on. I wasn't able to do it. Also note that she plays on Steam. People are wondering if this was a troll post or if she was somehow being dishonest. She said, I swear on my dog's life, I'm not trolling you. These pictures are real. I have absolutely no idea what it is. That's why I've come to Twitter for helping figuring it out. I can take a video for proof next time I'm on Hawkins and see it. I actually reached out to her and she said she's going to give me a video if she's able to see it again. I haven't heard from her since then though. People also questioned, why would we be getting teasers for new Stranger Things content if Chucky is right around the corner? Could this potentially just be a bug on Hawkins? Apparently that glowing spiral in Hawkins was actually moving and animating, so people were saying it wouldn't move if it was a bug. So we're still waiting for more information on this to see if Behavior is actually teasing more Stranger Things content in game. And something really interesting that was brought to my attention by Costy Frosty from my Twitch community. A big thanks and a big shout out to Costy for bringing this to my attention. On the McMillan Estate water towers, I think Groening Storehouse as well as any other McMillan Estate that has a water tower, there's this weird looking egg thing that kind of opens up. It's kind of glowing as well, and nobody knows what this is in reference to. When I first saw it, I was like, this looks like it could potentially be related to the xenomorph, like a xenomorph egg or something like that, some sort of xenomorph nest. And then I started to look at it and I was like, it kind of matches the aesthetic of the Haunted by Daylight event. But we were wondering first and foremost when I first saw this on Twitch if it was teasing new content to come into the game. Like them including this after the Haunted by Daylight event was kind of interesting. When I looked at it closely, it looked like there could be some sort of poster or like cut off poster of a man's face. I wasn't sure if this was somehow teasing new content. They actually posted a really interesting video of this thing in the Tome cutscenes. You can see the observer is actually climbing up the side of the water tower. The water tower has that nest looking thing on it. The observer kind of slips and falls off and he's hanging on for dear life. And this is something that I actually discovered while I was live on Twitch. We had a live reaction to it over there. And this is the exact thing that we're now seeing live in game on McMillan Estate, as you can see. And I'm pretty sure that's the observer interacting with this thing. The observer seems to like actually mess with this thing and then it causes it to sort of explode and open up. And from the explosion, the observer kind of sees the inside of one of the voids from the Haunted by Daylight event with those ghosts that you could collect for achievements. Those are the ghosts that caught a haunting during the Haunted by Daylight event. So I was thinking that this could kind of be a backstory for how the Haunted by Daylight event occurred in the entity's realm. It's entirely possible that this is what Behavior was going for when they're now putting this on the water tower in game. It's kind of weird to be happening after the event though. If you take a look at the event tome on the Dead by Daylight wiki for the Haunted by Daylight 2023, you can actually see a picture of of the observer looking up at that thing on the water tower. This is one of the pictures that's online in the database. And this really does match exactly what we're seeing in game, so it seems to be tied to the Haunted by Daylight event. But I thought it was really interesting that the observer is interacting with this and looking at this, and now this thing is in game. So it made me wonder if they're all teasing like the observer's potential inclusion to Dead by Daylight's roster of survivors in the game. From this picture, we're now seeing that this water tower nest thing is in the game. So the only thing that's not in this game that's in this picture is the observer. So could behavior potentially be teasing the inclusion of the observer into the game somehow? It's not confirmed whether this next chapter is going to be an original or licensed survivor paragraph. So let me know your thoughts on all of these theories in the comment section below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more content like this. And reminder, I'm also live on Twitch right now streaming Dead by Daylight. Link for that in the description below. That does it for this video. Goodbye.